Welcome back to the channel, people. You know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another match reaction. Can't say I'm surprised. But before we go any further, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, get below, get active in the comments, and yeah, do what you have to do to make this channel go to places it's supposed to. Yeah, just do these things for me. Right, Manchester United 0, Tottenham 3, final score, absolute humiliation at Old Trafford. And I think we should start with some stats for the stat people out there. 7 points in 6 Premier League games, second 3-0 loss at home this season, and United only scored 1 Premier League goal at Old Trafford. Another stat that I saw. Since joining Manchester United, Ten Hag has conceded 3+ goals 25 times. What about that for a stat? Like I said, I'm not surprised, people. See, I sat here and told you many times, this is going to get worse. And surprise, surprise, it is getting worse. Obviously, when you see it in real time, it is frustrating, of course. But what really amazes me is how much worse it actually gets than I predict beforehand. Like I always say, it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse. And it gets worse than I actually predict. I think we've reached a stage where the players have checked out now. The players have completely checked out. Let's be clear about that. They have completely checked out. They do not believe in any sort of process or storyline or, I don't know, progress. And, you know, you need patience. There's a plan in place. They don't believe in that anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. From the moment you concede less than 3 minutes into the first half, and the moment you concede less than 3 minutes into the second half, the players don't believe in anything anymore. Like, they've completely checked out. And at this point, they are left to managing themselves. They're in self-management mode right now. So any and everything the manager says is not going to work. They're not going to listen to you because they can see that the plan that you want them to execute is not working. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of players that I don't rate, and there's a lot of players which I told you about you cannot take with you if you want to get back to the top as Man United. But you even feel sorry for some of them, as weird as this sounds. Yeah, but yeah, that's the point that I'm trying to make. But like I said, there's some of these players that you cannot take with you if you want to get back to the top. And no matter how hard you try, these players will keep showing their level to keep reminding you, okay, if I want to get back to the top, or if I want to help this club get back to the top, can't do it with these players. It is simply impossible. Simply impossible. Some of the goals that we conceded today, the first one in particular, is a copy-paste in terms of the goal we conceded against FC Twente last week. Or this week, rather, on what was it, Wednesday. It's copy-paste, bro. Someone just runs through our whole midfield, our whole defense, and then manages to put in a cross. Nobody's at the back post. Brendan Johnson scores. Second goal, and all of the goals are basically comical goals if you really think about it. Second goal, I don't know what happened there at left back. I don't know who was meant to be there. I think it was Dalot. the ball is not being cleared, or we keep a high line and, they're through, they're in. Brendan Johnson wants to cross it, I believe, I assume, or wants to take a shot. Either way, it gets deflected off the back of De Ligt's leg. Somehow the ball ends up being like mid-air. Kulusevski, great finish, by the way. Really good finish. And the third goal, well, not marking our men. So it just shows you all of these three goals. In all of these three goals, we have been set up the way the manager wants the team to be set up. And all of these three phases show that the setup has failed. The setup is not working, and the players don't buy into what Ten Hag has to say anymore. The red card. Did Bruno Fernandes deserve to be sent off? I'll be honest, no. Because I think when he puts in the tackle before that, he slips. So it looks like he's got a high foot, and then the foot goes to near the knee and whatnot. But really and truly, would Bruno Fernandes have made a difference if he was on the pitch? No, not really. So whether he's stayed on the pitch, or whether he would have stayed on the pitch, or whether he got sent off, it doesn't make any difference, does it? Because he was atrocious again today. Some of the passing, but again, these are things I've been telling people for 3 years. The passing ability is not there. The dribbling is not there. The close control is not there. The awareness is not there. All of the things that you actually need as a midfielder to be able to have a decent career in the Premier League as a midfielder. You need the awareness. You need the technique. You need to be checking your surroundings. You need to be able to pass the ball properly for 5 yards and make sure the ball arrives at the destination. Same with our wingers. I asked the man them on Twitter, and they tried to argue with me. I asked the man them, Sancho's gone. You guys are happy. You guys are celebrating it. Who is going to help us score 58 goals this season? I don't know how many goals we got, and I'm about to check it right now. We have scored so far in the league. Apologies, people. This is live stuff. We have currently scored. Well, we have a -3 goal difference. We've scored 5, conceded 8. We scored 5 goals. Now, you guys tell me, maybe you guys can help me out. Who's going to help us score 50 plus more goals? We need 50 plus more goals. Or actually, less than that. Sorry, my quick maths is not the best. But anyway, you get my point. We need 40 plus more goals, or 45 plus more goals. Minimum. Who's going to help us score these goals? Who? Well, you think Rashford's going to do it? I've been hearing for 3 years that he's low on confidence. For 3 years? Whoa, that's a long time, bro. Because for me, it's just the basics that you lack. Yeah, he's got the pace. Yeah, he's strong. He's tall. But he's not using his attributes to the strongest of his abilities. Nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough, man. And today is the embodiment of what I've been saying for the past weeks, years. I did say that new players are not going to solve a coaching issue. Again, I've been proven right, because Ugarte today was... Whew. I mean, I'm trying to stay PG here, but yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. We are currently 4 points off relegation. 4 points off relegation. 6 Premier League games in. Wow. We're with the likes of the West Hams, the Ipswiches, the Evertons, the Leicesters. We're with them, man. We are with them, man. 1 win in our last 5 Premier League games. 3 losses, 1 draw. I told you guys, this is not going to get better. It's not going to get better. And as much as I want to criticize these players individually, which I could, all roads lead to the dugout. I've had a chat with someone outside Old Trafford today, because I was filming there for Bleacher Report. And the guy came over to me and he was like, Manchester United fans are spoiled. And I said, why? He said, because we've had a manager for so long that, and the common theme under that manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, was anything the manager says goes, because he had been at the club for such a long time, acquired so much experience, and won so many things that any and everything he said was never questioned. So we have created this idea that whoever comes to the club as a manager, that same rule applies to him. Whatever the manager says goes. No, it doesn't. Man United fans don't want to accept that we have to keep sacking until we get it right. There's nothing wrong with sacking 5 managers after Fergie, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. But people are very... The idea for them to sack a manager is very foreign, because they hold on to Sir Alex Ferguson so much that they believe whoever comes in has to be the next Sir Alex Ferguson. And when I say that, I mean, they believe that whoever comes in has to do 20 plus years. Those times are over. Those times are done. That was an anomaly. We're never going to see people like people like Wenger and people like Sir Alex Ferguson ever again in terms of how long they've been at the respective clubs. We're never going to see this again. Surprised? Absolutely not. Is the sacking inevitable? Yes, it is. So people might as well start making videos about who can replace Ten Hag, because it will happen. It will happen. Any win from here on now, it's just going to paper over the cracks. So, yeah, it is what it is, people. Anyway, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.